are back, James Morrissey.
What's up?
Oh, how laid back you are.
I know, I'm so chilled, and it's ridiculous. Is this decaf Pepsi, which I'm swigging away on? So
I have regular caffeinated tea.
tea.
So,
Yes.
there we go. Yeah, I'm fancy. Isn't I? So yeah. So this week it was Jim's turn to choose, and fair play, he picked a corker. So Jim, introduce your film.
Accidentally picked a corker. Basically, so yeah, I saying now just before we come on air.
You're giving it a level of respectability we don't.
I've tried, even though we all know it's recorded. This is not live. Yeah, so I was searching YouTube for some cool, quirky kind of horrors, and I stumbled across A Cold Night's Death, and yeah, I just started watching it because I didn't really think about the film, and it kind of got me hooked, and I think that's important for a film to get you hooked. So I started watching it, I enjoyed it, and I thought, I think this will do well for a review show. So I sent it on to Jimbo. I described it as a cross between and The Thing.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to bleep out the first half because I think if they come in without knowing what the first film is,
right,
that's going to get them even better. So that's bleep. Sorry, guys. But seriously, watch the film.
Yes, very good. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it.
It was.
You enjoyed it too, then?
Good pick, mate. Good pick. Yeah, I mean, the polar opposite of Boy God.
I thought that as well because Boy God is just off the chain, mental kind of film, and this was a very.
This is like a real. Actual
like a proper, because they got some credible actors in it. Well, it was only a small ensemble, wasn't it? It was three, and then it goes down.
Don't diss little Nino from Rocco the Boy God, okay?
He did do well, and I did
praise. Culp in the Philippines, don't forget.
That's true, and I did praise him. But Robert Culp,
love a bit of Robert Culp. Such a TV movie guy as well. I know him. I don't know, Jim, what your experience of Mr. Culp is, but I know him mostly as a baddie in Columbo's. So
yeah, well, he's because this A Cold Night's Death was part of the ABC's Tuesday Movie of the Week.
Yeah, as the adverts were still left in.
And I kind of like that. So this was just kind of we'll just knock this up and kind of send it out there. But surprisingly, I think it's got, because there's a few people online who praised the film.
All right, cool.
It's a really good film. Yeah, for where it come from, that kind of origin of ABC's Tuesdays of the Week. I think that kind of.
Do you know what I noticed about that, though, is I think it was a very particular 70s American thing where their TV movies, they have amazing quality of horror stuff, horror thriller. I mean, we were talking just before this, whether this technically is a horror. I'm going to say it is a horror. But Spielberg, he started off doing the TV movies. He did Duel, and then the second one, I'm going to mangle this, so I'll correct it down here if I get it wrong. But I think it's something like Something to Fear, as well, which is a possession kind of horror as well. Oh, okay. So they've got form, obviously, of not just buying regular movies and showing it on TV, but of making their own TV movies. And the 70s seem to be this amazing period. So there are loads of those gems out there. This isn't one I'd heard of, but hey, good find, dude. Good find.
No, I mean, one thing that stands out is the location. That research center, just brilliant. We discussed this for a feature. Well, we were discussing locations in general and the importance of a good location and how much that can add production value to your film. And so I was kind of thinking about this idea we had and potentially finding a cool place to set our movies. And I think, watching that film has kind of just reinforced that idea of how important locations are.
Because the story itself could be set almost anywhere, isolated. That's the whole thing. Is it's mostly two guys. I know there's another actor in the first few minutes, but it's mostly these two guys isolated in the middle of nowhere, and that's such an important thing. But then where they did, set it was brilliant as well, because very much in the same way that one of the films you mentioned was The Thing, that location almost makes it one of Carpenter's best looking films, because of the great expanses and everything like that. Now, I don't know, did they shoot this on location? I got more of the vibe it was kind of a set with maybe
it was definitely the research center, and I think some of it was filmed in LA. I think like a back lot some way, I think,
Yeah.
which is similar to The Thing, because they filmed some of it on set in LA, and I think there was issues with that, obviously, being so hot outside and cold inside. But yeah, I think it was a bit of a mix mash of different places. But I kind of like also how the elements play a part in these films too, kind of like Misery or like The Thing, and how that is a challenge within itself, being where they're set.
It's like Rennie Harlan, the director, you know, did Die Hard 2, you know, again, set in the snow, you know, the airport. And what was the other one? Is it The Long Kiss Goodnight? You know,
with
David.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he on purpose, if he's got enough control over the film, he'll set it in like, you know, snowy climes. So yeah,
everything's harder when you're in the snow.
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah.
No, I enjoyed it again. You know, I thought the actors done well.
Yeah, Eli Wallach as well, really.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean,
really
I know him mostly from like westerns, so like obviously he's in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Magnificent Seven as well, I think.
I think he was in Tough Guys as well. Yeah, little part in Tough Guys.
Oh man, I haven't thought Tough Guys for years.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to track that down.
Yeah, good film. But yeah, Robert Culp, big fan of Robert Culp. I recognize him. I've not really followed him, but yeah, he's done like all westerns and like I said, TV shows.
Big TV.
But he
did that.
Brings a lot of credibility, doesn't he, to the script and the film, like, you know. Yeah. And I love the scene where Robert Culp is locked out and he tries to get his way back in, and he's all frosted over and he's like a zombie, and it's just, I mean, it was great.
The makeup wasn't that great for it, but his performance was so good that
I think if that was on anybody else, like a B movie star, he would have looked just ropey and cheesy. But yeah, and again, bringing that credibility to the role, I think, I was, and again, it's the overall story. I just enjoyed watching a story develop and good acting in a good location. Like, you know, it wasn't all blood and guts and gore. But equally, though, there was some really good kind of tense moments, like some nice sequences. And I loved the way they filmed it, like movement of the camera, like long shots and tracking with and like a pan and then a zoom in and zoom out, proper 70s kind of way of filming. But
it reminded me so much of the idea that we had for our film, which was
massively
location. You know, like pretty much just like, you know, like two actors for the most part.
How do you make a film with just two actors? Do you know what I mean? And that I mean, again, thinking about our idea really kind of enforced the ambition we got to make that kind of film with a two cast, one location.
Yeah.
But again, credit to the script, though, you know.
But I mean, again, what I loved about it was like the mistrust between the two, and very much when we were talking about our projects, the second act was like the mistrust between the two before they pull together in the third act, which we're not saying is what happens in this film. But no, really dug it. Yeah,
there was definite significant parts where it was kind of like, because Robert Culp's character is more the inquisitive of the two scientists, and the other one's just like, no, you're kind of getting it all wrong. You know, let's think logical about things. But Robert Culp's doing almost like a Columbo, like, something's not quite right here. I don't believe this. And then how that develops, and then at one point, what's his name again? The other guy,
Eli Wallach.
Yeah, his character does a flip where he almost gets like switches over, doesn't it? Kind of like you kind of see what Robert Culp is seeing, but then the other character, then he starts going a bit mental and starts accusing him of things, and it's like, so it was a very good play on character.
The way they introduced it was really good, because there's like a scene about midpoint through where Robert Culp hears something, and he's sleeping in the same bunk as Eli Wallach. So he's like, it can't be Eli Wallach. So he goes out to explore, looks around, there's like an open window, closes the window, comes back into bed. He tries to wake Eli Wallach, but Eli Wallach is apparently sleeping through it. And then the camera moves down as Robert Culp lies down. You move down and you see that Eli Wallach was awake all along. So again, for the audience, you're like, okay, that's suspicious as well. So I like how they're just, making you question what you've seen as well, and how is it possible, and maybe Eli Wallach did do it, and because it's just the two characters and they're introduced at the same time, it's up to you as an audience member to identify with one of them. And of course your allegiances can change as you go through as well. So I love that. I absolutely loved it, mate. So Damn you, Jim, for picking a proper film.
A proper fluke, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed it, and I think the music needs a bit of a kind of doff of the cap. Really good kind of score, bit of a mix actually. It kind of was a bit almost kind of like typical kind of orchestral kind of 70s vibe, but then had these weird kind of like Italian synth kind of notes as well, like
very
which
shallow,
really adds to the uncertainty. Which really
felt like when Ennio Morricone goes a bit strange and like starts pulling out weird things that which shouldn't be instruments. There were sequences. To be honest, I didn't notice the more traditional score. I think I was just on board with it. But yeah, there were bits where there were some really weird sounds employed, which kind of drew more attention to it. So yeah. No, cool.
Really good score as well.
So Jim, obviously the idea of this is we want somebody to pick this up and put this out on Blu Ray. Who do you think would be an ideal label to be putting this kind of thing out?
Well, to be honest, I mean, I'm not a massive. I'm got a whole.
You're not a connoisseur.
Knowledge of. I haven't bought a DVD for a long time. But, I mean, I could see a number of because it's not specifically like I don't look at it and go, oh, this brand is kind of like quirky horror, or this brand. It's kind of in a nice place where it's kind of retro, so I could see more obscure kind of. Labels picking it up, but then I think it's quite a credible film where I think not so obscure labels will probably pick it up as well. I mean, Arrow, they do a lot of good kind of films. I can see somewhere like Shudder picking it up potentially. You know what I mean? Obviously not for DVD release, but definitely for streaming. I definitely think so.
I definitely could see Arrow picking it up because of the cast. I think because you've got something like Eli Wallach and like mainstay like Robert Culp. The production values for me were high enough that it didn't feel like a TV movie. I mean, obviously, as you say, the copy we saw was very much cutting to adverts, which is great. And for me, keep those in. If they can get the rights, they're brilliant. But I can see Arrow actually putting together, like not one of the like massive 3-disc releases, but like a really solid Blu Ray, with like a commentary from like a film academic or something. I could definitely see that. Again, I'd probably go with in the US Vinegar Syndrome, because they put out that kind of like 70s American independent or 70s TV kind of thing. I could again see Vinegar Syndrome putting that out as well. So either of those. I think
there was a Robert Culp collection. I think that'd be a good call.
I'm sure if we look through his thing, he probably did more TV horror movies as well. They were all doing it.
There's 3 or 4 they could kind of combine together.
There we go. All right, Jim. So, if you're going to recommend to other people, if you enjoyed this, what other films would you recommend in the same kind of wheelhouse?
I would go for The Thing, and I would go.
Gonna bleep that, man.
What's that?
I'm gonna bleep it because that's a spoiler, that one. So that's gonna be
right.
Okay.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? What's similar to that? I'll go for The Thing.
All right, I'll jump in while you have a think then. All right. The Thing definitely. I'd say The Shining as well, because again, you've got that wintry location, massive location. And it's also got bits early on where, it's very much like Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall at loggerheads with each other and thinking, oh, have they done that? Have they done this? Again, that mistrust between like the two leads. So I'd add The Shining to that. Definitely recommend that, people go check that out. So one additional thing that we've got in this week's episode is our good internet friend, Daniel Mark Young, who we gave out shout outs to way back when he was putting together a crowdfunding campaign for Warehouse, as in werewolf house. He's at it again, God bless him, not letting a little thing like Corona stop him. I actually heard about this project about a year ago. What I didn't realize was it's a found footage project. So the title of his found footage project is Into the Black Abyss, DEATHSTREAM, which to me sounds like an amazing like black metal album.
I'd play that.
So we'll drop in the trailer here.
Hope you're comfortable, because I think you're going to really enjoy tonight's live stream. Oh, how would you guys like to see the new place? Been here a few weeks and haven't shown you guys around yet. Obviously, still a work in progress, haven't completely unpacked.
Can't wait for you guys to see what we're playing tonight.
The Black Abyss is a combination of psychological survival horror and mystery. Are you ready to face your fears, Zach? Whoa. Did you guys hear that? I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
Go. So that's kind of what it's about. So it's very much found footage, gamer Twitch-esque channel. Shit goes wrong when he's sent a game in the post, and it all goes spirals out of hands. Yeah, looks good. He's doing well so far. In terms of the funding. So yeah, fingers crossed he'll pick it up. Should be
check it out.
Yeah, a good few days while it's still active when this video launches. Yeah, so jump on, I think it's Indiegogo, jump on Indiegogo and give the guy some money. We'll put links down there. Jim, anything else you wanna say?
No, man, I've just fuck COVID.
Fuck COVID.
Yes, and if you like this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to add any comments down below, then leave them in the comment section. Yeah, until next time, goodbye.
Yeah, if you tell us if you like the film, go find the film.
Yes.
And we'll chat about the film.
And then, of course, like any suggestions, then yeah, drop those down in the comment section too.
Definitely. Or Jim, I've got a corker for you. I'm
I'm
going to send it to you now. So anyway, until next time, peeps. Bye-bye.
Bye.